If the ladder is not leaning against the right wall, every step we take just gets us to the wrong place faster. This quote is by Covey. Folks, which culture do you buy in more? Do you subscribe to the hustle and grind culture? Or do you subscribe to the work-life balance more? Do you resonate with chasing after your dreams? Or are you drawn to attracting your dream reality? There's another quote I want to share. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. This was another quote by Covey. In today's episode, I'm going to share a coaching moment where I walk through how my client redefines his 2.0 version of himself. Instead of reliving the old hustle and grind mindset, what if he can go twice as far using half the effort? The power of efficiency out-trumps intensity. Tune in to find out how. Let's cue the intro. Welcome to the Boom Vision Podcast, the show that empowers you to live an enriching life physically, mentally, and spiritually. I am your host, Benjamin Ye, and I created this podcast to give you perspectives on how to strengthen your mindset so that you can build optimal health, create aligned wealth, and connect with your higher self. It's all interconnected. Let's get to work. Hi, folks. Welcome to episode 56 of the Boom Vision Podcast. In today's episode, I want to share a coaching moment that I recently had with my client, Mickey Liu. As you may recall, I invited Mickey to be our returning guest in episode 53. In our coaching call last week, Mickey said something that prompted me to share this coaching moment. Mickey has been redefining his company, his vision and direction this year. And in doing so, he is also redefining his work schedule, his work rhythm. And one of the comments he made during our call was that he wanted to somehow bring the old Mickey back. See, back in his 20s and 30s, Mickey was a workaholic. He was a machine that can go nonstop. However, I told Mickey that after seeing his transformation in the past 2 years in working with him, I felt that the old version of Mickey no longer resonated with the energy and frequency he is currently operating in. It prompted me to share a story back when I used to play co-ed volleyball. So the story I shared with Mickey is that back in 2010, I used to play in a co-ed volleyball league with my cousins and friends. And the league that we were in, we were grouped with people with a similar skill set. And there was this one team I always remember when we played against them because our average age in my team was probably like in the late 20s and early 30s. But this team, where it was the older crowd, their average age was probably in the mid-late 40s. And what really stuck in my mind is that every time I play against them, we were neck and neck. I mean, by far, our team was jumping higher. We were hitting harder. We had much more energy when we played against this team. However, these guys knew how to hit in the corners of the court where we had to work to get it. Even though they don't jump as high as we do, they don't hit as hard as we do, they knew how to play smarter. And it drove me nuts because I knew by sheer force and strength, we were much stronger than they were. But they knew how to outplay us in certain key moments. And of all the teams we play against, that team always stuck out in my mind. And why I shared this story with Mickey, the main takeaway I wanted to impart with him was that what I learned from playing against this older team was that efficiency can easily out-trump intensity in the long run. It boils down to what exactly you choose to focus your energy and time on. If you decide to focus your intentions and energy on efficiency, you can work smarter, go twice as far with half the effort. But if you focus just pursuing strength without an efficient strategy, you might be able to go twice as far, but you're also going to use twice as much energy to get there. And so when I share with Mickey why I wanted to tell him this story is I wanted him to recognize how to maximize your current flow of energy, to have that honest assessment. Are you focused on intensity or are you focused on efficiency? By wanting to bring that quote unquote old Mickey back, it just felt like that frequency was prioritizing intensity over efficiency. And it's not saying Mickey was not efficient, but the old Mickey, the one that was over 10 years ago, he was focused on going faster, going harder, going longer. He used his core strength of intensity to tackle his problems and situations. However, now that we're both in our mid-40s, we can't pull the same all-nighters that we did before. Back then, when we pull all-nighters, we would immediately bounce back, but now it takes a couple of days for us to even recover from it. Without training our body and stamina, we are more susceptible to burnouts if we don't adjust how we operate while strengthening our bodies. So the question I want you to ask yourself, if your next goal in life, in your career, or in your business is to play at a higher level, to metaphorically run that Boston Marathon, you need to start training up. You can't just run 26 miles overnight if you haven't even ran 5 miles or 10 miles on a consistent basis. So are you training each milestone while fueling your mind, body, and soul? What do I mean by this? How you fuel your mind, body, and soul will dictate the mileage and how efficient you're going to be. Your body, are you eating fast food every day? Or are you eating nutritious meals that is nourishing your physical body? In terms of your mind and soul, are you solely grinding it out and working 100% on your business? Or are you prioritizing doing things that bring you joy, that nourish your mind and soul on a daily or weekly basis? Because when you are able to fuel your mind and soul with joy and happiness, you will have that higher frequency and energy to tackle on your day in a clear and efficient way. What you consciously fuel your mind and body will impact the distance and mileage you get on your so-called vehicle, in your business, in your body, in your career. There's a quote I want to share. It's not about your resources. It's about your resourcefulness. This quote was by Tony Robbins, and I can't agree more. Because you can focus your energy and time to add more horsepower, build up your engine in your metaphoric car. But if you're fueling your car with lower grade fuel, you'll be going twice as far, but using twice the effort. The type of fuel you generate for your body, for your mind and soul is arguably more important than solely working on a faster car. And so the main takeaway I want to make you to get from that coaching session was that let's create a new version of Mickey 2.0 from a higher consciousness of knowing his true north, of knowing what priorities are important in his life in this present moment. Let's craft a new 2.0 version that doesn't require to bring an old version of himself, because he's already operating at a higher frequency. So with that said, what is this week's action steps? Using the CAL method, or the CAL method. C, calm yourself. Calm yourself in a method that works for you to quiet your wind tunnel, Is it breathing? Is it meditation? Is it jogging? Is it sitting still and just focusing on the present moment and your breath? Whatever way that works for you to calm your mind. The second is awareness. In that calm state, bring awareness to your body on how you're feeling. The awareness I want you to bring your attention to is, what do you anchor your goals towards? And what is the why, your intention of focusing that goal? Do you just want to metaphorically go there faster, harder, or longer? Or are you looking to get there using the least amount of energy spent? If you're an entrepreneur or an executive, do you only care about growing your top line revenue? Or do you care about the NOI, the net operating income, what you actually take home in income at the end of the day? Is it intensity or is it efficiency? Or perhaps even both? And last but not least is L, language. I want you to pay attention to the thoughts that are going through your mind. What language do you use when you ask yourself this question? Am I looking to bring back an older version of myself? Or am I seeking to redefine a new version of myself? Do I value efficiency over intensity? Or do I care about intensity over efficiency at this current moment? There's no right and wrong. It's just to be honest about where you are in life, where you want to go, and how you get there. Because the more you are in alignment with how you generate and spend your energy, the easier it will become for you to get farther in life. And so, final thoughts for today's episode. There's a quote I want to share. Simplicity is the soul of efficiency. This quote was by Austin Freeman. I hope by sharing today's story, you can give yourself a moment to honestly assess who you are today, where you want to go, and how you truly want to get there. You can sometimes get to where you want to go in life by simply simplifying your life, letting go what doesn't serve you, removing that baggage in your trunk. By simplifying and carrying less mental weight, you are by virtue going to be lighter and will go faster, using less energy. This will allow you to spend energy on what matters most to you, to raise your vibration so that you can start attracting the right people, the right opportunities, and the reality that you truly desire, rather than chasing after them. You've got this. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Send me a DM on Instagram at Benjamin Ye and share with me if this resonates with you. Please hit that subscribe button to this Boom Vision podcast if you're hungry to learn how to thrive together. Until next time, folks, be kind to yourself. Be in the light. Be you. Thank you so much for tuning in to my Boom Vision podcast. If you'd like to find out more about me and this podcast, head over to benjaminye.com. That's spelled BenjaminYeh.com. If you haven't already, click subscribe and I'll catch you next time.